Chasing Tales, Episode 32, Netted.
Welcome back to Chasing Tales. Last episode was a busy one for our Pink. Today we find Pink's little family doing breakfast duty at the church soup kitchen.
Sally, Jack, Kevin, and Thurston stand behind the serving line at the church's weekly charity breakfast. In the kitchen, Eric is baking biscuits. Jack looks at Sally and whispers quietly to her.
I missed having you here for this.
Sally smiles.
It feels like a break after all I've been through. You remember when the orphans came and we got them singing? Doing this with you makes it all more fun.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to give extra portions?
Let me see.
She looks up and a man she recognizes is waiting.
Yeah, Kevin, go ahead.
Kevin loads the man up and walks off satisfied with a hearty breakfast. Thurston looks over at Sally.
You handle that spoon like a pro. Did you do this back home?
I sure did. Daddy always taught us that giving is more important than receiving. Our reward is feeling good and getting to hell.
Thurston nods, satisfied. Eric brings out a fresh tray of biscuits, and just in time. The church bus brings a whole load of folks from Dogtown. They live in a ramshackle tent village outside of Houston. The church always makes sure they had 2 meals a week cooked and sent food out for them. They donated other things like clothes. Last year, they built them a shower house where they could stay clean and do laundry. They paid by listening to a sermon, but most of them just napped. It was a good system. Aislinn intrudes on her thoughts. You were late for martial training again, Pink. I'll port you directly.
Give me a minute to get my things together.
She hands the ladle to Jack.
I'll meet you at the club later.
She excuses herself and walks to the baptismal room where she knows she will be alone. She picks up her workout bag, the portal opens, and she steps through. In the training hall, Pink is suffering. She has a black eye, a bloody gash across her leg, and her knuckles are bruised. She begs in her mind for the time to be up for the match. She raises her staff just in time to block a shot from Darren. She steps into the opening and hooks his leg.
Stop. Lean to Edgar.
Pink reaches out a hand and helps Darren up. They bow and return to their places. Darren sits next to her, satisfied with their match.
Darren, Corbett, fight it.
She aches and is bleeding. She sits thinking good thoughts, trying to heal herself a little before the next match. She feels a pair of eyes boring through her. She turns around and sees Zoe staring. She turns her eyes away. Pink resumes watching the mat. Theron hits the mat.
Win to Corbett.
She rises to take the next match. She is against Zoe this round. They face each other and bow.
Edgar, Zoe, fight.
Ha!
The words barely cross his lips when Zoe has her on the ground.
What happened?
Too slow?
Zoe still has her pinned.
Win to Zoe.
She punches Pink in the face.
Victory is spoiled by anger. Next match, Zoe.
Zoe makes a gruff noise and pushes off of Pink to standing. Pink struggles to her feet, her head woozy. In the villa, the angels are gathered around the display. Max is talking.
So you see, according to the trajectory, the void is going out through starlight. An outsider by the name of Sarek has his signature all over this. It took a while to figure out, but the math is base 9 encoded in Sarek. Pink's magic will have to be tuned or it will do unexpected things. I will send you a book of Sarek, but the base 9 coding is up to you.
Thank you, Max.
I will get to work on the math for the new spells.
I'd better call Pink and see if she'll be back for dinner.
Pink's crystal vibrates in her workout bag. She is currently in the shower, feeling sorry for herself.
Usually I'm so good at things. This was the first real challenge I faced in a while. But I've gotten soft not practicing. Dragon's right, I am undisciplined. I must do better.
She dries off and dresses. She walks outside into the open sun and feels her pain melt away. Her crystal chimes in her pocket. She returns the call.
What is it, Sin?
Will you be home for dinner?
I have to stop the club first. And I'm restricted to no eats plan. So make garlic spinach and rice tonight for me, okay?
Alright. I hate that you will miss what I had planned. Rough day at practice?
Yeah, and none of my comforts. I'll call Aislinn and give you a heads up when I'm on my way back.
Good luck.
Otto shoves his way into the scene.
Pink, we are redoing your spells, and I'll need you to be here tonight to test them. Metatron said with this new information you should prepare tonight to go to see this... What was his name again? Sirik? Aislinn has a message on the way to the club.
Okay.
The portal opens Earthside and Pink puts the crystal back into her bag. She appears in her dressing room at the Splish Splash Club. Kevin knocks.
Come in.
She is leaning into the mirror, covering a bruise with makeup.
Sal, did you walk into something? You got quite the shiner.
Just training.
Kevin's face was sober. He hands her the telegram slip.
Mother is very sick. Stop. We need you to come home. Stop. Doctor's not hopeful. Stop. Dad. End message.
Sally puts her hand to her face and reacts with surprise.
Oh,
Yeah, you just got back. What's happening?
Kevin looks at her sadly, then remembers this is Pink. Her family is already long dead. It must be a cover story.
I've been called out for a job. I have to go tell Jack and, get Sarah to run songs real quick. I don't have time for an explanation, Kevin.
She brushes past him out her door and into Jack's.
I have to go.
How long?
I'm not sure. I'm supposed to go to Starlight tonight.
Already? Things are moving fast on this, aren't they?
I don't know what to expect.
Sally takes a locket from around her neck.
What's this?
My homing point. If something bad happens, it should bring me back to the tank. If you don't see me soon, contact Aislinn.
Jack nods. He lets her hug him and sends her out the door. Soon Sally stands on the stage dressing the band.
Boys, I know this was supposed to be our first show, but I got a telegram from my folks back home. Mama's taking a turn for the worse and I have to leave. I'm so sorry. You've all worked so hard, and because you have, I want you to go ahead and do this without me. Sarah, you know what we're doing, right? Can you cover it? Of course, Sal.
The guys all nod in agreement. With that, she dashes out the door to her place. In the villa, Sin is working on decoding and sorting the information. Otto is struggling with the math to fix her spells.
Otto, he's not covered on lightning. Can we give her that?
Not her element. She cannot change at this level.
What about an electric eel summon?
I'm not sure that would help here. Aislinn, it would sure help if you could go.
I know, but you know I don't have clearance for that.
Let me make a call. I will be back.
In Sally's apartment, she rummages through her magic items, trying to think of what she might need. There is another coin for the sisters, the coin that Lucy sent, and a small cube. She never figured out what it was for, but who knows, odd objects had saved her before. She shrugs and puts them in her pocket. She reaches out to Aislinn and the portal opens. She steps through. In the villa, Otto has cobbled together some useful spells. He hopes they will be enough. The decoding had revealed a number of weaknesses to watch for. Pink stood in the hall, her body really aching now. She was primly dressed in the style of Sirik's world, and Otto was slapping stickers on her skin.
Now, the first spell is Create Water.
It's a level 7. I'm not supposed to be able to use that. Besides, what about void use?
I've included it if you need it. It should be of minimal use compared to his pull on the void. You shouldn't cop a charge for using this in his realm. It's celestial magic, so I have it set back to its original math. It should work there. You may not even need it, if there is water, but it's there just in case.
Okay, what else?
I've also discovered that you can use Command Break, Iron Will, and Undermining Word. They're similar to some of his spells. You should be able to counter some of what he can do against you, should he attack you.
Are you sure you're ready to go to him?
Sure, Sam. I feel like this'll just be an evaluation visit.
Do you feel that you have a grip on the spells?
They require more power, but I think I can manage.
Remember the tether. I should be able to talk to you from here as long as it's intact. Stay low and try not to get caught.
Of course, Ace.
Do you have your failsafe?
Mm-hmm.
Pink nods. She pulls a device out of her pocket. It is a word breaker.
I would feel better if we went over your spells once more.
Pink raises her heads-up display. The pink double ring with her spell glyphs appear with its soft hum. Otto watches as she cycles through. Each glyph lights up as she casts the spells in order.
They all seem to be working. You are weak versus will. So shield up and stay shielded.
Of course.
Aislinn opens the portal. She takes a deep breath and steps through. She crosses into starlight. It is twilight now. She thinks about the map Otto had given her. She looks at the stars. Nothing makes sense. She sighs and collects herself to tread into the falling dark, hoping to find Fishbinder's Tavern. Suddenly, everything is black. In the villa, Aislinn notices the tether goes slack. They've cut the line. I can't get her back. Let me see if I can open a portal to her. He tries, but it fizzles out. Sin and Otto look at each other.
Can you still hear her?
Aislinn stretches his consciousness out, but his ability can't pierce the void. No.
Should we blow the lock?
That might sacrifice her too. It's too early.
She'll beat it. She has to.
Is Pink ready to meet Cyric? Who has captured her, and why? Find out in the next exciting episode of Chasing Tales, Force of Will.